What's up, guys, and welcome back to episode number 2 of Bodycount. Bodycount is the series where I review one random slasher. And this random slasher I decided to review is a brand new release from this week. It is September 1st, 2015's release of Lost After Dark. Now, Lost After Dark is one of those throwback type 80s slasher films. To see if it actually catches that film, we'll get into that a little later on. But let's get into the plot of this thing. Basically, it's about 6 or 7 high school kids. They ditch their high school dance. They steal a school bus. The school bus breaks down in the middle of nowhere. They go looking for gas. They stumble across this abandoned house in the woods, and where an evil cannibal lives. Man, you know, it's your typical slasher type setup. The feeling I kind of get is kind of like Texas Chainsaw Massacre, Madman kind of feeling. Not more Madman kind of feeling than Texas Chainsaw Massacre, but if you watch the film, you get what I'm saying. Hopping into the things I like about this film, there's quite a few things I like about it, so let's get into those. The characters in this film, I feel, are pretty well done. You know, they're your typical slasher film characters. You know, you got your token black guy, the jock preppy dude, you know, your total douchebag dickhead guy, and his slutty girlfriend. Then you got weird thing I've not really seen too many times in a slasher film is that you got your two innocent virgin type girls. At least I get that feeling from them. And then you got your fat nerdy geek guy that everybody loves. You know, everybody's always rooting for him. One thing about the characters and everything about them, the acting's pretty well done. You really feel for them. They're not just generic and bland. They kind of feel for them, except the douchebag dude. You always want to see that guy die in any movie. But Robert Patrick's in this movie, you know, from Terminator 2 and a bunch of other random movies. He's a total badass in this film. He plays their principal. He goes looking for him because they stole the school bus and everything. It's just your typical pricky principal guy. You know, everybody had one of those in school and everything. But deep down, he's just a really cool dude, you know, just looking out for everybody. Another thing I really enjoyed about this film was the kills. The kills are pretty well done. There's nothing spectacular, nothing mind-blowing that stands out or anything. Pretty all generic slasher movie kills, but they're well done. The effects are pretty good. They're all practical. Not a whole lot of gore or blood or anything, but you don't always need that in the film. It's kind of creepier that way, you know. Another thing, the killer itself's pretty cool. He really looks like a guy that would live in this kind of environment, you know, long beard, long hair, snappy and natty and everything like that. He's pretty well done. He's pretty badass looking, I must say. You don't, from what you see of him, he's not in every scene. Like, you don't always see his face and everything, but they show you right away like what he looks like, so it's nothing like surprising or anything. But I really like how he looked, unique look. Another thing I liked about this film was that it was pretty shot well. You know, it's not the best camera work, but it's the camera angles and everything, and the way the camera's looking at the kills like when it happen. It's pretty well done. They capture a great feeling. And as to the feeling of the 80s, I really do think they kind of captured the 80s in this movie. It's set in 1984, which is a good year to set it in. You know, a lot of big horror movies came out there, especially for the slasher genre and everything. There's a few things I disliked about this film, so let's get into that. One thing I disliked about this film is the lighting. The lighting is a big deal to me. I have to be able to see everything that's going on, you know. And in certain scenes in this film, it just seems way too dark. I get the name of the title is Lost in the Dark, but for me, it's just a little dark and it's hard to see some things at certain times, like what the characters are doing, and some of the kills are kind of dark. But as for that, that's not a huge big deal. It's not a total turn off for me, but I really do like better lit films. I'm no expert of that, anything like that, but if you know what I'm talking about, guys. Another thing I disliked about this film was the ending. It's pretty predictable. You know, you've seen one of these movies, you've pretty much seen them all, and it's nothing unique or anything stands out. Nothing shocking happens or nothing. I won't spoil anything, but as you've seen hundreds of these films, you know pretty much what's going to happen, like I said. And it could have been better. It's not the worst ending I ever seen, but it is what it is, I guess. There's another part of this film I really dislike. When a character is about to die, and you're like, what the hell happened? Because there's like this scene that pops up where like it shows like, the old film reels. It just says like film part is missing and everything, and it just skips ahead back into another scene. I find that kind of weird and silly and really dumb, if you ask me, but that's just my opinion. I kind of get what they were doing with it, because it kind of explains a little bit about the character that's about to die and everything. It's no spoiler or anything. Happens like right in the second half of the film. But as for that, there's not too many other things I disliked about this film. I think it's pretty well done. If I had to rate this film, I'd give it a 7.5 out of 10. I would highly recommend this if you pass it in Best Buy or see it online or anything. It's only $10 right now at Best Buy. I just picked my copy up today, and I really would recommend it to anybody that's a hardcore slasher fan like me. If you're just a casual slasher fan, or I would still check it out. It's well worth the $10 if you get it right away. I'm not sure if it's going to go up or anything, but thanks for watching, guys. That was Lost After Dark. And if you're new, hit the subscribe button. If you've been here before, leave your comments down below. If you're new, leave your comments down below. And always, guys, thanks for watching. Check you out next time.